Hey there, Jason Brumfield, consultant with the Proctor Gallagher Institute. Let's talk about art. So, a couple of years ago, I was scrolling online and I came across this picture of a vase that had these gold streaks in it that I thought was pretty beautiful. So, I clicked on the picture, and that's when I learned about kintsugi. You see, with kintsugi, it's an ancient Japanese art form in which, when pottery is broken, an artist will take lacquer and mix it with a powdered um, precious metal, such as gold, silver, or platinum, and that creates a glue that they use to repair the piece. So in the end, you don't cover up the cracks or the breaks in the object, you actually see them, obviously. And the idea is that you honor that breakage as part of the history of that object. I became very intrigued with this idea. In our society, when things break, we throw it away and buy a new one, or we try to fix it in a way where it seems like nothing ever happened to it. So think about your own life. What happens when your life is broken or shattered? What do you do? Do you try to cover things up, or do you honor those moments in your life that help make you who you are today? And I think that's something very important that people need to think about, especially as they are trying to progress on their journey in life and discover who they're really meant to be. Um, one of the things that I always think about, one of the things I've really learned in my journey over the past year is that nothing is really good or bad. It's just our perception of things. Things just are. There is no good or bad. And I think a lot of times what we try to do is cover up the things in our lives, our struggles, our hardships. We don't want to talk about things. We don't want to deal with them, just make your life seem perfect. And I think, that kind of goes back to what do we do when an object is broken? We get rid of it and replace it, or we cover it up and try to make it seem like nothing ever happened. But just imagine how rich your life would be if you actually honored those moments in your life that got you to where you are. Because really, it's the struggles that bring the beauty in your life. Those are the moments when you grow and you really discover who you are as a person and what your potential is. Um, so that's really just my reflections on the idea of kintsugi and how it relates to us as people. We're really struggling right now as a nation. And I think part of that problem or part of the issue is that we don't address many of the things that have happened in our country's history. We brush it aside. We don't want to talk about it. We, for lack of better terms, we've whitewashed history. People think slavery ended 155 years ago, and the civil rights movement was 60 years ago. So we're in a better place when what we're discovering and what people are realizing is that we're not. And it's really in bringing some of those breaks in our society to light and discussing them and understanding them that we can find beauty in us as a people, as a nation, and grow from there and heal from the hardships and hurts that we've faced and injustices that we've faced in our nation's history. So thinking about it on a personal level, thinking about it on a societal level, how acknowledging those breaks and honoring them instead of trying to cover them up really does lead to healing and leads to the beauty of what humanity is about. So that's it. That's my thought on kintsugi and our little art discussion today. I hope y'all have a great week, and I hope you got something out of this.